So we know the bullshit that's going on. And you want to avoid everything. How is they possibly able to blow up everything badly about Republicans, beat them up, run them from their conferences when they go try to hear speakers and so forth, and carry on the ground up on stage, and you know what I'm saying, and then we see what's going on in the subway, you know what I'm saying? I mean, and then you got the border crisis, and then you got the border in Canada, and you got this one going on over here, and a bomb going over there, and the troop like that, bow, hold you, bow. This is what the demon Democrats like. You know what I'm saying? This mass of fucking confusion to confuse your mind. And you're not going to be able to put all the conspiracies together to explain it in one pound soup. You know what I'm saying? This is why they censor the media. So while you're struggling to do that, they're going to censor your shade. But when it comes to them, the article both explains the detail and the elaboration, you know what I'm saying, collaboration, like, you know what I'm saying, on why, and for the elaboration on why it is not plausible to treat it as a non-issue. The headline summarized the point. Millions flowed to Biden's family. Millions flowed to creepy Joe Biden's family members. Don't pretend it does not matter. After after noting that the GOP does not, in fact, you know, saying the GOP in the matter does not. Well, let's see here. The summary points out that millions flowed to the creepy Jewish family. Don't pretend it didn't happen. Yes. So let's see. After noting that the GOP does not, in fact, have any actual, yes, they do. You just telling that's, you know, they have so much evidence that the clown that is saying is talking about they don't have no proof, you know, of wrongdoing, which to support charging anyone with anything. The column points out on the undeniable shadiness. Yes, of course, you know what I'm saying. We're yet still left, but yet we're still left with the monthly collection of odds and savory figures, sending a lot of money through a lot of companies, oh, to a lot of members of the creepy Joe Biden family, with little explanation. Coma contends that, wow, that the record confirms more than 10 million in payments. Yeah, and I bet you a lot of that coming from Ukraine. The game to Ukraine, what is the other record? 10 million in payments already running to at least 20 businesses, mostly limited liability companies, to the creepy Joe Biden's son, Hunter North says, oh yeah, enriching like the years of my government, the creepy ass president, the brother, James' wife, Sarah, Joe's Biden, Harley Biden, the whole the widow of the Biden's son. Oh yeah. You know what I'm saying? Keep mentioning that too. You know what I'm saying, Hunter? You know, we don't want to keep hearing of anyone's strategy as a matter of fact. You know what I'm saying? But we see her, if anybody should have deserved it, I'm here. You know what I'm saying? Because she lost her son. You know what I'm saying? But Hunter, Hunter Pete July, you know what I'm saying, ex-wife, and a whole lot of old man. Ooh, man. Let a black person or the common white person out here did some shit like that, you know what I'm saying, and crooked shit that went on even with the bomb, and then, you probably would have been in jail. Oh, yeah. This is our government was. These are super duper leaders that you elected. You know what I'm saying? And then you sit up there and act like, oh, it's okay for them to do this stuff. Oh, it's okay for them to wrap up a war with Ukraine and NATO and Russia and all of this. When Russia warned you years ago about invading their space, you know what I'm saying? You act as if you don't respect the people's boundaries and territories. You feel that you American, you can go do anything you want to do to any race of people. You know what I'm saying? Or any group or weaken any country you want from a to try to make them from a superpower to a dependent power and all type of poverty and all kinds of bullshit go back for medical Luciferian piece of garbage. But we see the freshman Democrat, and it's always a freshman black person. You know what I'm saying? Brought a receipt to the GOP hearing on DC crime. You know what I'm saying? But we see representatives, it look like Jasmine Crockett, you know what I'm saying, of Texas, called out the Republicans for the fear mongering about crime in Washington, D.C. in light of recent development with some of their own members. Who the hell she talking about with her demon blood clot sucking acting idiot? Crime in Washington, D.C. has always been off the rocket, especially with black people. Who the hell is this? See what I'm telling you? Every time black person jump up, they turn out a sellout. This means they probably have a school for sellouts. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? A special college schools and everything giving you a nice PhD and EhD and all kind of nonsensical garbage. While they join the fraternity, suck blood and do all the crazy shit. And then when they come out of college, they're demon Democrat. Add an N and an F to that word and see what you got. You know what I'm saying? But we see the likelihood of Tuesday Republican led House hearing on purported lawlessness in Washington, D.C. Becoming a show was never in doubt. In the sense that the hearing didn't, disappoint, though by the hearing ends, Republicans found themselves upstaged by a superior performer with better material. No, it don't matter what the material they have. You know what I'm saying? Conservative lawmakers have been portraying the District of Columbia as a crime-riddled hellscape in need of federal intervention. Yeah, because it probably just, it ain't chill out. It's a demon Democrat running the demon Democratic game. Like I said, Washington, D.C. have always had a high crime rate, especially amongst black people. You know what I'm saying? Don't think that you're just going to escape by you coming with the facts now. You know what I'm saying? But we see here, you know what I'm saying, intervention that thinking was the impetus behind the Republicans' back bill that Joe Biden signed in March that overturned the revision to the district criminal code. The move the move marked the first time in more than 30 years that the federal lawmakers had overturned a district legislation, and it reflected conservative instability, appetite for the liberal power grab, targeting non-white voters and officials. Tuesday hearing came during yet another powerful grab. Last month, House Republican passed a legislation, rescinding police reform backed by the district largely black city council in 2020 as protests erupted nationwide. Listen to that. As protests erupted nationwide. Why? Why you didn't take it to the White House in the first place? Why all the nations? Okay, so we know how that was also planned up nationwide over police brutality. And we knew that was also pushed up somewhere. The Republicans in the Senate, you know what I'm saying? I mean, you got to remember, they hire these people. You go there for a job, you go to police academy, you become a police officer. You know what I'm saying? Many of those people are not police officers. They might be infiltrators amongst the police officers. And so we're going to see when many of these kids are coming from South America grow up and now they become your new police force. You know what I'm saying? I hope they understand that. Why you're playing the American game. But in 2020, as protesters erupt nationwide over the brutality, the Republicans in the Senate, had to do something with the help of some conservative leaning independence, leaning independence, and demon blood sucking devil worship Democrats at an N and an F to that, and you see what you get demon crap. Passed the measure Tuesday, though Joe Biden has said he will veto it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. House Republicans, veto a lot of things too. They're sitting on there playing stupidity games, and nobody has time to play those games. You know what I'm saying? Nobody has time to play those games. You know what I'm saying? And this is what we see when it comes to a lot of these people and their subjects that they bring in, you know what I'm saying, as a matter of fact. And nobody has time to play those games. The people have to start seeing things for what it is. You know what I'm saying? It's nice to be fooled off, and anybody can get fooled off. That's just the way it is. Anybody can be fooled off. You know what I'm saying? It's not like, you know, you can't be fooled off. Yes, you can be fooled off. Who said that you can? You know what I'm saying? And many can be brought into a situation where, we see a conspiracy in its full level. We see its conspiracy in its full level. And many people seem to think that for some reason, that for some reason that just because it's written down as some kind of conspiracy and all this bull crap that you're talking, and they're putting out all of this, information that it don't lead to any truth in the matter as far as what is really, really going on underneath the sheets. And as you can see underneath the sheets, you can see where there's a whole lot of corruption that has been going on for years. You know what I'm saying? Through many of these administrations. And for 47 years, it's been the demon Democrats in that in the chief and commander seat doing garbage. Doing garbage. That's a fact and point blank. Doing straight garbage. You know what I'm saying? For 47 years. And probably even some crooked ass Republicans that have been running right along with them. And black people and black civil rights leaders as well, as we see, you know what I'm saying? And many black people in general, probably. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to the movie stars, actors, and so forth, and Hollywood and the whole nine yards. You know what I'm saying? When we see black leaders push new resolution on reparations, yes, right, you need to keep on fighting and don't give it up. Stick in there, you know what I'm saying? Stick in there, you know what I'm saying? But we see most of this is coming from, the demon Democrats. This is to keep the demon Democrats. They pull out the black card. All this reparation talk to me ain't no more than pulling out the black card in order for you as black people to believe that they're doing something truly to help you. You know what I'm saying? No, they're not. They're using the reparation story in order to keep black people voting for them. Every time they find themselves in deep trouble, this is what they do. They pull out the black card on any level. First they saw with the first black president, then when they were falling in trouble with the 9/11 and the shit was coming out on their neck. You know what I'm saying? From creepy to abortion affair. And then now that this thing has taken off into a scramble of chaos amongst our whole nation, now all of a sudden black people can talk about reparations, you know what I'm saying? Until we see it in our hand and we see it on paper stamped and then money's going out and everybody's living a good life off of it, get the hell out of my face with that reparation piece of bullshit garbage that you keep on talking about. And that goes for the NAACP and the rest of your sellouts. And go down there and tell Gavin Newsom, I said, stay off the swine. You know what I'm saying? But we see J.P. Morgan seeks documents from Manhattan DA, Epstein case, you know what I'm saying? They wrote one day ago, whatever they call it, you know what I'm saying? And then got big cheeks, Alan Braggs up there looking like a dummy, you know what I'm saying? Another one of their students from the Baphomet College that he came out of, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? But we see on New York, May 18th, you know what I'm saying, J.P. Morgan, Chase Cooperation, which I never trusted him anyway, even when I saw many things about J.P. Morgan, you know what I'm saying, he included me, seeking the documents from Manhattan District Attorney Alan Nutcase Twisted Braggs from the Boulay College. He came out of as part of a, you know, a part of a lawsuit against the bank by women who say they were abused by the latest financial Jeffrey Epstein. You know what I'm saying? Court records show on Thursday the lawyer for Nutcase Braggs took part in a May 16th telephone conference in the case along with lawyers as the victims the bank former J.P. Morgan private bank chief Jess, I guess his name is Starley or whatever, you know, and the U.S. Virgin Starley and the United States Virgin Islands, where I grew up, were where Epstein had his home. The Manhattan Federal Court records show. Wonder why he went to the Virgin Islands. You know what I'm saying? United States District Judge, you know what I'm saying, Jed Raffoff, or whatever his name is, Raffoff, or whatever, you know what I'm saying, instructed Braggs to provide J.P. Morgan with a privilege log, or a the descriptions of documents the bank was seeking that he say he is not required to turn over. Yeah, creepy ass Alan Nutcase. Right. You know what I'm saying? I wish y'all luck on that one with that fool. You know what I'm saying? Wish y'all luck on that with that fool. You know what I'm saying? Even looking at this picture that Kathy Hoxha put up here where the government was talking about stepping up preparation for the New York disaster. Look at this picture. The whole city is destroyed. It looked like something out of The Walking Dead. You see what I'm saying? Because they're blood-sucking vampires. This is the kind of game that they play. I keep telling people over and repeatedly, this is the type of shit they like. Why you think they got so many things going at one time? They got mad stuff going right now that if you try to explain anything to do with this foolishness, you know what I'm saying, you wouldn't be able to. You really wouldn't be able to. When we really look at it. You wouldn't be able to. You know, in more ways than one. You know, you wouldn't be able to. Because this is completely one of the most foolishest thing that she is kicking with right now that's bugging me out in more ways than one. You know, all of a sudden she coming up with it, doing the Nixon move, trying to do the Kennedy Nixon move. You know what I'm saying? This is their new move. You know what I'm saying? They're doing the Kennedy Nixon move. Oh yeah. You know, even right here when we look at top Republicans can introduce an article of impeachment against creepy nutcase Biden 2 days ago, the Daily News. Now, you know what I'm saying, news story, you know, coming in.